Pomni and Jax are in Fortnite. The Amazing Digital Circus is a show that I really like. At first, with the pilot in the first few episodes, I really wasn't into it, but around episode 4, I really started to grow on the show, and now I've seen it in theaters and have grown a deep attachment to the world that Gooseworks has created. Pomni, Gangle, Zooble, Jax, the most obvious transgender allegory in all of fiction, Kane. I love the show a lot, and it feels weird to say that it's over now. It was a staple of the last 2 years, and I'll always have good memories about the show, and one day I am planning on doing a full retrospective of the whole series. I love Digital Circus. The fan base, however. I'm lucky to be able to say that when I was growing up in the Undertale and FNAF fandoms, I never really experienced how bad they were at the time. I never joined Amino or Roblox or Tumblr or anything like that. I just watched fan songs and Let's Plays and fucking comic dubs, but that was it. To me, the fan sphere was just YouTubers and myself. But with me being older, having a YouTube channel, a Twitter, and everything else, I saw firsthand just how horrific the Digital Circus fandom was. While there were always sweet people, amazing artists, and as we'll talk about in this video, talented musicians, there was a whole lot wrong here. It is because of that, single-handedly, I think I'm good on joining any future Glitch Productions fan base. It is ultimately for the better of the internet that Digital Circus is over, and that the fandom will shrink noticeably. Tragically, this show will probably join the ranks of Undertale, Steven Universe, and Danganronpa on the Mount Rushmore of terrible Prime fan bases. But like I said less than a minute ago, there is a lot of light in this dark blotch on the internet, and today I feel like doing a retrospective look at the Amazing Digital Circus fan-songs. Now, this is being written and hopefully released before episode 9 drops on YouTube. So funny fucking thing about that! So I know for a fact that any songs that release after that will not be included, but this does cover a whole almost 3 years of fan songs, so hopefully this suffices. So if you've seen my most popular video or in the fandom from the months of March to May 2026, then you already know who we're excluding here. Any fan songs by Jake Neutron, Kitten Sneeze, and / or Black Griffin will not be talked about in this video. I know Jack's Toy by Jake is one of the most popular Digital Circus fan songs, and believe me, I liked it too, but I really try my best to steer away from controversial creators on this channel most of the time. Kitten Sneeze is someone I talked about to death previously, but I don't like any of her work, and there are countless other videos explaining the controversy surrounding her way better than I did. I forgot to, include any fucking evidence of her wrongdoings in my video, which were pretty damn easy to find, so shame on me, obviously. I'm not above criticism. I hate that that video is my most popular, but I made the bed, so. Also, just know on Black Griffin, he's in the same camp as you-know-who, so. With that out of the way, let's start with our first song with Are You Fucking Kidding Me?
So the good news first, how'd you like to be a star? Not forever in a show, being watched from afar.
LongestSoloEver is an artist I mentioned in the Kitten Sneeze video, and I was originally not going to cover his songs, but the more I thought about it, the more I'm gonna, slightly let him off the hook and just mention his songs here. My idea to do a full worst to best on all of his songs has long been out of the window, but at the very least, I will talk about him here because he does have a few Digital Circus fan-songs which are relevant to this discussion. So let's just get him out of the way before I reconsider this any more than I already am. Yeah, this song is not one of my favorite Longest Solo songs. The intro is all spoken word and just kind of drags. Actually, no, it just fucking drags on every repeat listen to this song. The chorus is fine. I don't like the slower part with the exit rhyme scheme, but the actual chorus is pretty okay. The instrumental is very good and has a good melody and rhythm to it. I can't remember how the instrumental sounds, but the vocals kick in, and it just sucks, man. All these verses, literally all of them, have what I can only describe as Hamilton flow. As someone who is a massive fan of Hamilton, I can point out when I see corny theater kid rap verses inspired by Lin-Manuel himself, and my god does this song have some egregious examples of that. I just don't have anything else to say about this song. It's okay, the chorus is the only actual interesting good part of the song, but there are both better Digital Circus fan songs and better Longest Solo LongestSoloEver Digital Circus fan songs, including our next song.
After day after.
So wear the mask, play the part of someone harder in the heart.
Wear the Mask is a Gangle-based song and is one of those songs that aren't really based on the source material. Like, sure, it has references to Digital Circus and Gangle's character, but it's really more about emotional masking, a topic that resonates deeply with me as someone on the spectrum. However, that is where my praise for this song ends. While I enjoy the lyrics and Longest Solo's performance on this track, the instrumental is absolute buns, especially during the bridge before the final chorus, where it turns into the auditory equivalent of a fucking AJR song. Like, hold it in, hold it tight, get a smile, make it right, is the most generic bullshit ever. I'm sorry. Also, the instrumental is so bland and boring and just not interesting. I like the lyrics and the meaning behind the song, and LSE is a good singer, but this song just has the most corny, radio-safe, bland, nothing burger instrumental and melody ever. Well, that's all I could even muster to make myself say about LongestSoloEver's Digital Circus fan songs. I know he has more, but they all fall into the same pitfall, so I just choose two and called it a day. However, we're going to an artist that I really, really love and respect up next, to a song of theirs I absolutely adore. The Merry-Go-Round is a song by the Stupendium, an artist that I've made no secret of that I deeply love and respect. As my all-time favorite nerdcore artist, when I heard Stupendium was making a Digital Circus fan song, I got really excited, and I was very happy to say that I wasn't disappointed. The song's only real fault is just the first line of every chorus being, "You're in a digital circus," which is just goofy to me. Stoops raps very fast, and even still to this day after listening to this song probably over 100 times, I can't remember most of the lyrics. Not because they're forgettable, but because there is so much crammed in this song to digest. The themes of isolation, insanity, being a puppet, and losing who you are to the world around you. It's a very tragic song that, behind its smoke and mirrors of a bright cartoon theming, is about the never-ending cycle of work that content creators force themselves through, pushing through burnout because all they are is the content they make online, their digital persona. It's a really nice theme, and sure, some lines like mentioning the CDI and Hideo Kojima and "You're in a digital circus" make the song more lighthearted. It's still a song with a message at the end of the day. My personal favorite lyric isn't even a serious one though, it's actually just one that makes me giggle every time I hear it. During the bridge before the second chorus, at the very end, right before Stoops says that they want to roll up and die, they say, "No, this isn't fair, at least not that kind," which I think is just a funny play on words. The instrumental is really good. The impression of Kane and Bubble that Stoops does for the second verse is also great as well. A theme you're gonna see onwards though is the appearance of the original Digital Circus voice actors in these songs. Not all the songs feature them, like LongestSoloEver songs for example, but most of these songs feature one or more of the actors in a way I haven't seen any other series do. The Merry-Go-Round also features all the original voice actors, although in small little intermission roles in between the verse and chorus, and occasional one-liners in the verse themselves. You can tell, though, that this song is dated just by the writing during the outro, though. Cougar is screaming about an insect collection, something that was only mentioned, like, during the pilot, and there aren't any references to any of the other adventures in the series besides for the Gloinks, which were also in the pilot. It's not a critique, but it does explain why most of the references to the show are a tiny bit bare bones. Overall, without a shadow of a doubt, The Merry-Go-Round is not only one of my favorite Digital Circus songs, but also is just one of my favorite Stupendium songs. It's catchy, memorable, doesn't use the original voice actors in an overbearing way, has a message, and also has some slight comedy at times. I really enjoy this song. Let's hope it can only be up from here.
I feel so happy today. It's too bad I have crippling depression.
So Hoppy by Cougar McDowell VA is a song about Ribbit from episode 9. Made before episode 9 came out. Okay, so this one's gonna be fun. This song is barely over 2 minutes long. It can't be that much to say about this song. Oh my god! So Hoppy is barely 2 minutes long, and yet it has the same amount of content from a 5-minute multi-act song. Literally, there isn't a single second to breathe. There is always a new voice line. The instrumental never gets a break to space out the vocals. It is a constant flurry of short, quick, yet somehow indigestible verses, then a chorus, then verses again, boom, song ends. The song starts with Ribbit saying, "I feel so happy today, too bad I have crippling depression," which is probably the funniest unintentional line in any of these songs. Like, fuck subtlety! We all know Digital Circus fans don't believe in show don't tell. Just be blunt and upfront in the first fucking 4 seconds of the song. Then Ribbit sings about being so happy she could die, and then Jax and Kaufmo show up, but Jax is really the only one who also sings. Then the chorus happens where everything seems fine with everyone, with Ribbit talking about masking her emotions behind the joy her friends give her. Then immediately afterwards, it hard cuts to Ribbit being depressed and sad. She went from masking her sadness to just being too far gone to mask anymore in the span of half a second from the chorus to the second verse. Ribbit sings for like another 30 seconds, and then after, Kaufmo just comes in guns blazing, screaming,
Where is she? What have you done now? Great job, Jackson. Way to break her down.
Mind you, that Kaufmo section of 4 lines I just said, yeah, that's crammed within 3 seconds. Less than a second passes between Ribbit's final line and Kaufmo fucking screaming at Jax. There is no room to breathe. I genuinely have to go second by second as I write this because I can't remember what happens in what order because everything happens so fast I can't fucking process anything. Give an instrumental break, give a breather, give us something to catch up on everything. This song would be impossible to play live because one single elongated breath between words by the vocalist would mean the entire thing gets thrown off. There is just too much fucking happening. Thankfully, the rest of the song is just Jax being sad, and after the 2-minute song, the song ends with a 5-second credit roll. Jesus, even the credits are in a fucking hurry. The main reason this song is notable is due to the music video. While also insanely fast-paced and not allowing a chance to breathe, it at least looks very good. While the song itself is pretty mediocre and definitely would need a lot of revisions to make it better, the music video looks damn near official and is the reason why I saw this song get so big when it came out. So Hoppy is an okay song that is just overwhelming, and if I may be as blunt as Ribbit was in this song, an overstimulating mess. Now, I'm not going to cover the rest of Cougar's songs here. This was the only one that I felt like including. He just didn't seem interesting to me. That wasn't until I saw Chazington's comic dub video where this guy had an entire section dedicated to his channel. So, for the second time ever on this channel, I have covered a song from a content farm slop channel. And I can't say even which is worse. Golden Bear Productions made There Go the Lights, which is easily the worst song I think I've ever covered on this channel, only beaten by literal AI slop, whereas Cougar McDowell made an okay but messy song. Golden Bear mainly steals animations and puts them together in compilations with the occasional Jump Love porn bait video, whereas Cougar makes NSFW Digital Circus comic dubs, which he then censors and uploads to YouTube. Pick your poison, but I rather choose death than either of these two.
Welcome to the Amazing Digital Circus!
Okay, on a lighter note, let's try and look at an all-around better song. Digital Land is a song by Kyle Allen Music and probably has the biggest fatal flaw of any of these songs. I really like this song. It's avant-garde in a lot of ways. Each verse sounds different and sounds like different songs stitched together, and I really like it. I actually really heavily fucked with the song, and the video is animated great. The instrumental is also amazing. I genuinely really like this song, but its big flaw is that all of the original voice actors appear in this song, and there are no other singers. It is a song where it's just the original VA singing, and like, okay, they're fine singers. Alex Rokon, who voices Kane, is pretty okay at singing. He actually sings in a Spamton song I really like called Want Some Fun by Music Slide. It's a good song, I strongly recommend it. Lizzie Freeman for Pomni also is a very good singer as well. The other VAs do sing as well, but not as much as Alex and Lizzie do on this song. But that's my problem. Like I said, it's fine to use the VAs if it's like how Stupendium used them. They're there to add some authenticity, but they shouldn't steal the show. If there's a better singer who can do an impression, I would honestly prefer it. Plus, it opens the door for more people to get their foot in the door. Like, if someone did a Killer Kane impression and could sing flawlessly, I think that would be more impressive than just Kane's VA singing. And it just kind of stereotypes this song. Like I said, I like this song. It's cool that the VAs are here. The music video is a great animation. The instrumental is catchy and funny. The writing is very good and character accurate for the most part. But I feel like the reason people would even watch this is just because original VA singing it, and that's it. I like this song, but I feel like the song just doomed itself by who it casted into just being seen as one of those many, many other songs out there that put the original VAs in and have them sing. It's not a damnation on the song itself, more so how the community engages with fan works, but it's still noticeable enough to mention.
Just don't try to find the exit fence.
Now, what if we took Digital Land, but made it bad?
Well, looks like you found my super duper mega fantastic game for curing boredom.
Happy Place by ZAMination is a song that is basically the same as Digital Land, except remove all of the interesting aspects from it and make it bland and not good. The only thing that this song has going for it is its fully Minecraft animated music video, which also helped to inspire the one who's running the show from episode 8 of the actual show. Other than that, this is a very basic song where all of the original VAs sing. Again, they're passable, but not great singers. The only two that are great are Alex and Lizzie, as previously mentioned, but just because something is official adjacent doesn't make it good. And this song is just pretty much nothing to me. It was in one ear and out the other almost immediately after listening to it. I just don't have any thoughts about this song other than it exists and it has the Digital Circus cast singing in it. At the very least, despite the Minecraft style, the animation is pretty good and energetic, which is one positive at Happy Place is like a 3 out of 10. It's a functioning song, but not an ounce of anything sticks in my brain past a second after it happens. The entire novelty with this song just seems to be, look guys, the VAs are singing, and that's it. If you were to give this song a different singer that wasn't a part of the cast, then I don't think anyone would even look at this song. But because of its music video having a unique animation style, ZAMination being a big channel and the original VAs singing on it, this song was bound to get popular in some way, shape, or form. Just a shame that the song couldn't have any substance to it.
And I love you too. Today's adventure is an honest, hard day's work at Spudsy's restaurant chain.
Do What I Say by Mike Geno is the one of the two songs of his I'll talk about here. These songs are actually pretty good. Do What I Say is a Gangle theme song, specifically themed around episode 4, so my favorite character gets a song themed around the episode where she specifically gets the spotlight. And I do like this song. The instrumental is upbeat, fast-paced, and catchy. The progression of the lyrics from Gangle's fake confidence to everything falling apart, but she's masking her emotions, to her learning to love herself and be herself at the end. It's essentially nothing more than a glorified musical version of the episode, but it's still pretty good. My only issue would be the vocals here, as the entire vocal track sounds quieter than it should be. I don't know, you can still make out the lyrics, but it definitely sounds around the same volume level as the instrumental. This song, though, just once again also suffers from the previous problem. It's sung by the original voice actors. Listen, Marissa Lenti is an incredible voice actress, and her performance is the reason why I adore Gangle as much as I do, but her weaknesses when singing are apparent. She isn't the worst singer, but she isn't anything special, and the mastering doesn't really give any help in that regard. There are little to no backing vocals, and with the vocal tracks already being quiet, it ends up hurting her performance. But again, this could have been alleviated by simply just using someone who actually sings. Like, I know it's repetitive to keep mentioning, but so many of these songs can be fixed by simply just not using the original VAs. These songs are more focused on having to fill the status quo of original VA singing in the song because it's official sounding and seems less like a fan work. Or they do it simply because there are so many songs with the original VAs in them that they feel like they have to. Or that the fan base has come to expect these songs only being sung by the original actors. The best song in this video had the original VAs as nothing more than interludes, and the rest of the song was rapped and sung by one person. And that is what these songs should be following. I don't hate the Digital Circus VAs. They sing fine, and it's really cool and awesome to see how much they care about the community and the things that the community makes. But all these songs have these high quality, super well animated music videos, the original VA singing, and all this just for a subpar song. It loses the charm of these being fan songs and feels more like a project devoid of passion. Sorry, I got really sidetracked there. Finishing up with Do What I Say, the 2D animation is really cool to see for the music video. The song is fine, just has some mastering issues that need to be tweaked, but other than that, a decent song. Self-Control by Geno is another song where the entire cast of Digital Circus sings. Yippee. Okay, well, this song is weird to me. Like, at first, I thought it would be electro swing, which I would be fine with. I fuck with electro swing. But then it just peers out into the same jazzy electronic pop that all of the songs we've covered before have done. If the fatigue of hearing the VAs sing wasn't kicking in yet, the genre fatigue 100% is. Like, as much as I faulted LongestSoloEver in the beginning, and even though his songs would fall under electronic pop, they at least sounded unique compared to all of the other Digital Circus fan songs. Stupendium has had the biggest advantage yet with their song having a custom rap beat, but the rest of these, they all just blend together. Like, yeah, they're unique in their own ways, but after listening to all of these songs over and over for this video, they all just begin to blend together in my head. This time, the song is actually good once again, just like Do What I Say, and unlike that song, the vocals are really well produced. But whereas that song at the very least had the uniqueness of Gangle's VA singing for once, this is just the same thing as Happy Place in Digital Land. It's fine, it's okay, I can tolerate it, but I'm tired of just hearing the same fucking songs over and over and over again. It's gotten stagnant.
Thank goodness this is all a dream, right, Pomni?
Shut up, Jax.
Okay, I need a chaser. I need a palate cleanser. I need something to wash down the taste of all these Digital Circus songs. I want an original song. No VAs, and I want it to be good. I don't want it to just follow the same formula as the rest of these songs. And I think I have one. Therefore, I do. Okay, that was a fucking terrible segue. I think Therefore I Am by JT Music and Andrea Storm Caden, otherwise known as the Join Us for a Bite people, made a Digital Circus rap, and it's really fucking good. Based mainly around the theories at the time, popularized especially by MatPat, regarding that the show was going to be a religious allegory, like the infamous Pomni is a metaphor for Jesus fucking bullshit. Dude, what the fuck was MatPat cooking? But regardless, despite how corny some of the lines are, I actually really do like this song. It sounds unique. It has a very industrial electronic vibe with a lot of low and deep sounding noises. I love how the drum pattern for the verses has hands clapping along to the beat. It's such a cool detail. The horns and carnivalesque aspects become almost horror-like in this context as they swell up for the chorus, and it just gives the song a really good vibe. Skull of JT Music raps as Jax for the first verse, and I really like his performance. He's always really aggressive and in your face, and it works really well for Jax. While the writing isn't anywhere near how Jax is, it's still just a good performance. I really like how in the chorus, the first time Jax sings, "Now this may be a bit traumatic, cause I'm just a bit dramatic." And when the chorus comes around and Pomni sings it, she says, "I know I'm just a bit dramatic, but isn't this a bit traumatic?" I just think it's a cool little thing. I love so many of the line deliveries. I love in the first verse when he says, "In original thought, we won't allow a crime." He follows up with an echoey, distant, and distorted voice singing, "Cause any voice in your head ain't sound of mind." It's just, it's so good. Then Andrea Storm Caden shows up as Pomni and does a very good job rapping. Well, normally she just sings in these songs. This is one of her few rapping performances, and she does very great. The only line in this song that's kind of iffy is her line, "When you make vegetables out of people, bro," which I get, it's for the rhyme scheme, but the bro just really feels tacked on. I adore literally every line of her verse, but my favorite has to be her ending stretch before her chorus where she says, "For someone omnipotent, unbeatable, taught us that death might be cheatable, but from this dream I'm unpinchable, even the exit is unexitable," before she says, "How biblical," in the same way as Jax's "sound of mind" line. And it's so good! And I know I keep saying, "Oh, this was my favorite," but my actual favorite part is when Andrea sings through the bridge and says, "To think that the exit might exist is like belief in God. It's a comfort to pretend it's real when you feel it's not." And holy shit! I can't tell if this song is anti-authoritarian or anti-religion or both. This song has so many lines criticizing both censorship and thought crime, but also religion and the false hope it creates. Whether you believe the song is just talking about one thing or the other, or even both, it's up to you to decide. This song is less bloated and, dare I say, less filler heavy than the merry-go-round. As much as I adore Stupendium, I think I have to say that I Think Therefore I Am is without a doubt my favorite Digital Circus fan song of all time. It has so much to digest. Multiple angles you can take the meaning of the song, an incredible and unique instrumental, impeccable mastering, corny white dude rapping. What isn't there to love in this song? It's an S-tier Digital Circus fan song and an S-tier JT music song. Hats off to everyone who made this masterpiece.
I think therefore I am.
Okay, so now that I'm done gushing about a song I love, let's start wrapping things up here. I got 2 or 3 Oak songs to cover, and then the 2 final songs, and then we're done. So, let's get out with a hopeful bang. Digital Hallucination by OR3. Oh no. Digital Hallucination is a good song. It's catchy, has a really good instrumental that feels unique, even if it's just a darker, more scary take on some of the 500 songs we've seen already. It has the entire original cast singing again, but this time it actually kind of fooled me. I do like OR3O's work. I think she's a very good singer and musician and is criminally underrated. And I thought she was singing here for Pomni as well, whereas everyone else is their original VA. Only to get to the credits and see that, no, the singer was Lizzie Freeman. Hats off, genuinely, because she was impeccable on this song and really good. OR3O knows how to make music well, and any faults were easily hidden by the mastering and the quality of the rest of the song. I really fuck with the chorus. It is just so incredibly catchy, and then after it ends, the instrumental break between the chorus and the verse is so good. It's genuinely so well made, and honestly, I'm willing to let using the VA side for this song. They do not hinder it, and the only one who predominantly sings does an outstanding job at doing it. But what I don't let slide is the entire music video. Every last asset for the music video, including, I presume, the editing, was all done by Kitten Sneeze, someone who, I don't know if it's obvious or not, I don't really like. I know by taking this stance, I'm risking getting blacklisted forever or whatever LongestSoloEver said, but I don't care. I just do not care for her or her work, even without the controversy surrounding her, but with it, I especially do not wish to interact with her work. So now when I see this actually good song, all I can think about is the music video that was drawn by someone I really dislike. It just fucking stinks. Like, I feel awful for even liking this song. I shouldn't, but I just do. If you listen to this song, please just do it through digital streaming services. You'll have a better experience. Also, if I dislike any song in this video, it is not a critique on you or your taste, my dear viewer. You are allowed to have your own free will and like what you like. There is nothing wrong with that. I just personally feel bad for liking and platforming this song, but I'm not saying anything negative about you if you seriously adore and cherish the song. Like I said, it's a good song. I really like it. I just despise the music video. Checkmate is the other Orthrio song, and this one is clean, all things considered. Once again, it's sung not by Orthrio herself, but by an official VA. Being a Kinger song, it is sung by Sean Chiplock! He's passable. A lot of the mastering work is going directly into his vocals. He's passable as a singer, but the way it's mastered really just helps it a lot. It's once again a catchy song, and while similar to Digital Hallucinations, it is still unique compared to most other Digital Circus fan songs. I really like the choruses. Everything else in the song is super F for me, but the chorus is just really good. It has the best writing and lines, and it is the main part of the song that's really memorable in any way. It's essentially an ode to Queenie, Kinger's dead wife, and how he's had to resort to disassociation to survive in the circus without her. It's a good little short song. It's nothing crazy impressive, but it's catchy and good, and I fuck with it. It's hard for me to take it seriously just because of the fact it's being sung by motherfucking Sean Chiplock! But once you get past that, it's an inoffensive Digital Circus fan song. It does its own thing and has its own merit. And wow, we're already towards the end of the video. Man, I really don't know what else could be coming up next. But I have a feeling that we're probably gonna have calmer waters from here on out, right? Where the fuck do I begin with this?
Log into VR. Where am I?
You're Pomni.
No.
Welcome home.
No.
Door is Jammed, Wait I'm Mad is a song by the artist SMØR. If you don't know who SMØR is, he is an anonymous musician with theories either being he has ties to or is a collaborative project between multiple popular fan song artists. He uses Harold V, King of Norway, as his persona, and primarily makes joke nerdcore songs about literally whatever. He has made songs for Poppy Playtime, FNAF, and the horror movie Tusk of all fucking things. And his songs, to say they make sense, would be an insult, because nothing makes sense in a SMØR song. He just says shit for no reason. Half the time it doesn't even work as a song, and it just works and genuinely becomes a good song despite it. He's essentially the nerdcore version of the band Primus, and I love him. Door is Jammed, Wait I'm Mad, yes that is the full title, is his Digital Circus song, and explores his adventures into the Digital Circus with Kane and Pomni, and everyone's favorite character, Big Dylan. If you don't know who Big Dylan is, I don't either. He's just this really sweaty fat guy in a red shirt that becomes the main antagonist of the entire song. The song starts with SMØR entering the Digital Circus. His shoes turn into clown shoes, which is not what he shoes. Yes, that is actually what he says. He compares the circus to a bathroom stall. Kane shows up and says he's God, which accidentally foreshadows episode 8 for the second time in this video. SMØR can't eat the digital food because he's missing his favorite shoe. Then after dropping the title of the song, Kane sings the chorus, and this unironically goes harder than 80% of the songs in this video. Kane says he doesn't like SMØR's cologne, calls him handsome, tells him to collect my pages, collect my circus, bite my bites, and spend 5 nights at Freddy's, which is one of my favorite lines in the video for some reason. He then proceeds to sing bum bitty 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 bum bum as the chorus, referencing Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. Then, after another SMØR verse, Big Dylan shows up and keeps repeating lines such as my big belly, my big red belly, my big belly. That's all he says. Kane comes back and calls Dylan an asshole and reveals that Dylan is putting everyone's lives at stake. SMØR sings about how scary Big Dylan is before Pomni shows up and is the only normal character in the entire song. They repeat the chorus again before the outro features SMØR returning back to the real world. Big Dylan watches him through the screen and SMØR decides to go to sleep. But as he does, Kane and Pomni scream to warn him that Big Dylan is now in his house in the real world, ending the song with Big Dylan saying his name. That only covers like 75% of the song, mind you. This song is genuinely not only a complete clusterfuck, a video where it's just as overwhelming as the song itself, but is something where you just have to sit down and watch this with your own eyes to get the correct experience. I'm not kidding when I say that you are not prepared for this song even after my review here now. You genuinely need to go watch this song with your own two eyeballs and ears because you will not be the same person after watching it. The worst part about all of this is that fully unironically, this is the third best song in the video. Genuinely. This is behind The Merry-Go-Round, and I think Therefore I Am for best song in the video, and it isn't even close. The instrumental is catchy. The song is also just barely catchy and fun in general. The production and mastering is genuinely like perfection. This song, for as batshit insane as it is like the audio equivalent of gold. It is a tremendous song that I highly recommend everyone go watch or listen to at least once in their life.
I'm allergic to heat.
So, how do I end this video? What is the final song that I should talk about before wrapping everything up for good? Well, it's a significant song. Not just to me, but actually in the grand scheme of everything I've talked about so far. I found it. The first ever The Amazing Digital Circus fan song to ever be made. Not a remix, a full-fledged fan song. A song that sits still to this day at less than 400 views. A song that came out 8 days after the pilot first premiered. And it is single-handedly, without a doubt, the worst Digital Circus fan song of all time. And I didn't have to spend hours finding it either. I knew just where to look. Because I made the song.
Ladies, gentlemen, creatures in between, my name is Kane, and I would love to welcome you all to our outstanding show tonight.
Welcome to the Circus is genuinely horrendous. Made by me, HeyyItsKris. It is an insanely rushed, little to no passion fan song made to simply get me views because I thought that having the title of first ever Digital Circus fan song would be enough to get me by. That is something that I ran into the ground with this video, that I kept parading it as the first Digital Circus fan song and put no other care into it. I became a bigger fan of the show later, and I wish that was when I made this song, because at least if I did that, this song would have some passion and care behind it, but it doesn't. Featuring a free electro swing beat I found off of YouTube by Rando Beats, Welcome to the Circus is about Kane welcoming you to the circus and introducing you to the cast of characters. Jax is the ruthless bully, Kinger is fun, Ragatha is sweet like candy for lunch, Gangle is just there, damn, I did my favorite character dirty in my own fucking song, and finally, Zooble is a lazy one. The song is so fucking lazy and also short. The intro and outro are like a fourth of the song's entire runtime, and the middle of the song is mainly chorus or instrumental break. The verses are so short, and right when we reach the climax of the song, being the second chorus, we have to pause all momentum for dead silence as Kane instructs us not to go into the void. And if the verses in the chorus didn't sound like ChatGPT wrote them already, the forced-in Stupendium lines definitely would. Listen, I'm fine with repurposing lines if it goes with the song or if someone does something new with it. But let's be honest here, I just stole these lines because it was easier, and they're the only part of the song that even sounds good. And to top it all off, I can't sing for the life of me. Even Sean Chiplock and Marissa Lenti sound like opera singers if compared to me. I've made peace with the fact that I'm just completely tone deaf, as much as I would like to work on more musical projects. But back in 2023, man, I was really thinking that I could have been the absolute shit. Well, I was shit, I'll give myself that. And to make the singing worse, I'm doing the worst Kane impression ever on top of it.
All your eyes on me! Where else would you wanna be?
I'm pretty sure this song counts as cruel and unusual punishment. This song was so bad that within a week of it coming out, it became an inside joke with my then friend group, and the joke still persists to this very day. Hell, for April Fool's this year, I made a remaster of the song that was basically just the same as the original, except I re-recorded the vocals and it still stunk, and that was the joke. But the reason I'm mentioning this song isn't to cram myself in with all these other songs, like, guys, it's by OC Noticeable, but because it is technically still historically the first ever Digital Circus fan song ever made. And despite how awful it is, and I know it is awful, it is still important for that reason. I honestly am ashamed of this song. If it weren't for becoming an inside joke, it would immediately have been something that I hid and didn't want people to see. But I also, at the same time, believe that growth and learning to laugh at your past is completely valid. And also to show that I'm not just here in this video to put people down. I was very negative throughout this video, and I wanted to cover this song to show all of you that I made the same exact mistakes, if not even worse. And because of that, I take the crown away from So Hoppy, away from Happy Place, away from Self-Control. I, HeyyItsKris, hold the crown for worst Digital Circus fan song ever made. And I honestly am perfectly content with that.
Well, we're all out of time for this episode, folks. Remember, don't slide to any points while you aren't looking. Seriously though, abstraction sucks. Definitely not top tier on stuff for sure. Ha ha!
The Amazing Digital Circus has an interesting history of fan songs. Between problematic creators, songs that all feel the same, over-relying on VAs to songs that are fully original, elevate the show and the world around it, and are deeply personal passion projects. From the first song being made by a 16-year-old trying to get views to big, fully animated projects, Digital Circus fan songs fit the whole scope. But the important thing here is that every song has something to offer, even the worst ones. Even Welcome to the Circus. Even if I was harsh and tore down these songs, they exist because someone saw the pilot and got inspired. Even if it was like me and got inspired because of potential fame and nothing else, it was still inspiration to create. And there are countless fan songs I know I didn't cover or have even seen before. So while I may have been negative throughout this retrospective, by no means do I think all Digital Circus fan songs are bad. Sure, a lot of them I talked about in this video have committed the same cardinal sins, and the fatigue of having to write about all these songs back to back to back to back definitely didn't help either. But there's something special about the fact that all of this just exists for an indie animated show. The closest thing I could think of to this is Has-Been Hotel, and even then, I'd argue that Digital Circus blows that show out of the water when it comes to the amount of fan songs out there. I love all the work, almost all the work that goes into these songs and videos, whether or not I critiqued them or not. And sure, I may have had my biases, but everyone does. If you like any of these songs I talked about, that's great and I'm happy for you. Genuinely, I appreciate hearing others' opinions, and I hope you could listen to mine even if we differ. But most of all, thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, donate to me on Ko-Fi, and even share the video if you liked it that much. And as always, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye! Yay!